Morning, welcome to day 7 of our lockdown challenge. So we're going to start out in the tummy, from the tummy into a bit of a full body movement from there, a little bit of neuromuscular, full body again, finish off in the back. So first up we have scissors. Keep the tummy in, nicely tucked, head anchored down, shoulders pressed, switch. Make sure the tummy stays active. As you press the leg down, you're pressing it as far away from you as possible. Try and have the toes turn slightly out just to get that activation on the inner thigh rather than the quad itself. From there, we're into a roll up with a twist. So there, tummy in, from there, roll, twist, twist, down, back, pump 1, pump 2, back down. While you're in the roll up, legs are straight. As you get to the twist, you can add a bend, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, all the way down. So it's 1 roll up, 2 twists, 2 pumps. From there, we into our squat with a rotation. So I'm looking for the rotation to be in a woodchop form, so nice and angled through. Feet are hip width apart, keep the weight in the heels. From there, squat down, get that little bit of turn back. As you get the turn, make sure not to tilt the hips to a side. Keep that tilt of the hips. In other words, as you're squatting down, I don't want an arched back. Pull in as you're squatting down. Just so the tummy works, it's active, and it protects, obviously. So from there, we're into our kneeling posture trainer. So we're there, keep the tummy in, feet on the ball. Make sure that you're not gripping with the feet though. Knees are your main balance point. Shins are on, feet can just touch ball. Keep the balance there, tummy in. Make sure when you do this one, I'm not looking for you to sit down all the way. I want you to come nice and up. There is still a bit of hip flexion, so I don't want you to go all the way back to straight. Obviously, that's in prep for when we start standing on the ball and such, a little bit later on. Okay, next we're into a little bit of neuromuscular. You can get yourself a pillow, you can get yourself a boozoo is the ideal, or the equipment that you would normally use. But a pillow folded in half, anything that's going to make your stance unstable. So there, tummy in, get that balance, knee over second toe, touch, touch, touch. Try and keep this leg as stable as possible so you don't want the wobble, hips nice and straight. From there, we into a lunge step up. So there, what I'm looking for here is about a step height. So it's roughly about 30 centimeters, but you can use just about anything to make that step. Just make sure it's not something as you step that it's going to fall to the sides. There, up. Remember, as you come up, there's always a slight bend on the knee. So there, up, back down. Engage the glutes as you come up. Squeeze in the glutes, press in with the heel to get yourself coming up. For those of you that have a band, I would like a band laterally pulling. So you're going to put it around the knee, attach it to the side, and stand a little bit away. So there's always a bit of tension, and you've got to activate on that inside to keep the knee nicely in line and above the second toe. From there, we into a back press and hold. So on the back, knees can be slightly bent. And the idea is you're going to lift your whole upper body as if it's a nice plank. So it's going to stay in line as you lift. You're going to feel the squeeze in the upper back. So from there, squeeze up, hold, back down. For those of you that want it a little bit more intense and do have access, you can use 2 balls for me, or you can use a ball on one side and you can use a stable surface on the other. There, the closer the balls are, the easier it is. There, squeeze, hold. Make sure not to press your hips up, because then you start working in the lower back. Okay. With this, obviously my 2 balls are different heights. If you can get them the same height, works a lot easier. But working with what we have during lockdown.